Welcome to the Sustainable Design Lab podcast brought to you by Veritiv. In this podcast, we explore the big ideas that are reshaping the future of packaging with comprehensive masterclasses and deep dives into a range of topic areas, including AI and automation, next-generation packaging substrates like PHA, seaweed, and biopolymers, advances in sustainable cold chain, sustainable packaging trends, and even the regulations that are fostering a whole new era of innovation. Veritiv's Sustainable Design Lab was created to cultivate innovation and help you make the transition to more sustainable packaging. Please note that the information we share on this podcast is not legal advice and should be used only as an overview of the regulatory landscape surrounding packaging. Each company's situation involves variables that determine how these regulations apply, and you should consult your legal counsel regarding how specific regulations impact your business. My name is Chris Bradley, and I lead the Sustainable Design Lab for Veritiv. The SDL, as we call it, is a 20,000 square foot R&D facility located in the heart of Silicon Valley with a team of more than 60 amazing packaging engineers, industrial designers, and sustainability experts that are all laser-focused on driving packaging innovation. At the lab, we believe that one of the biggest drivers of packaging innovation in the coming decade will be EPR, or Extended Producer Responsibility laws. Companies like yours and mine could soon be paying a significant amount in new fees to states like California, Colorado, and Oregon related to packaging waste. In fact, 5 U.S. states have already passed EPR laws with an aim to collect fees from producers of packaging to pay for their ultimate end-of-life disposal. Now, this is a monumental shift in responsibility that could change the packaging industry in ways we have never seen before. So regardless of your feelings about sustainability or climate change, these are real costs that are coming that can be avoided or at least reduced with sustainable design strategies. At Veritiv, we encourage you to embrace sustainable design. It is a real business opportunity. As of March 2025, 5 U.S. states have enacted extended producer responsibility laws for packaging materials. These include Maine and Oregon, which enacted laws in 2021, Colorado and California, which enacted laws in 2022, and Minnesota, which just passed their law back in 2024. Now, in addition to these enacted laws, several other states have already introduced or are considering introducing packaging EPR bills. For example, New York and New Jersey have pending EPR packaging bills, and Maryland and Illinois have conducted needs assessments to better understand their packaging waste management systems and recycling capabilities, which are typically seen as the precursors to adopting more formalized EPR legislation. So EPR for packaging is a really big deal, and it's something that everyone involved in packaging needs to understand. That's why we're thrilled to bring you this masterclass on EPR for packaging. It's a comprehensive, multi-part series designed to help you prepare and prosper in this new world of packaging regulation. In this series, we're going to take you from the EPR fundamentals to very specific strategies for states like Oregon and California and Colorado. And then ultimately, we're going to show you how to reduce potential fees to comply with these regulations through better sustainable design, minimizing costs, lightweighting products, and maximizing incentives to save money and operate more efficiently. So who should be listening? If you're a packaging designer or engineer, maybe you're a business owner or a marketing head in charge of a brand, maybe you work in supply chain or procurement, anyone in a company who is responsible for packaging, this is really important information, and this course was tailored just for you. So what will you gain by going through this session? You'll gain an overview of how EPR works, key terminology, and some of the strategies to minimize fees and avoid penalties. You'll get insight into 2 of the programs where we already have detailed program documents, including Oregon and Colorado, and we're going to dive into how to redesign packaging to create a cost savings opportunity. Okay, here is our Masterclass series overview. In Part 1, consider this to be EPR 101 or the fundamentals. We're going to explain the basics, and we're going to review some key definitions and some key timelines. For example, what is extended producer responsibility? Where did this all come from? We're going to talk through the different states which have enacted these EPR laws, how each program is different. What are covered materials categories? These are the classifications of different packaging materials under an EPR bill. We're also going to dive into eco-modulation. These are incentives that are built into fee structures so that if you design or use more sustainable packaging, you pay a lower fee than if you design and release packaging that is not as sustainable. These eco-modulation incentives are built into these programs to drive behavior. And if you take advantage of it, you can actually create competitive advantage for your company. We're also going to be talking about key reporting deadlines and compliance requirements and how you can prepare your company now so to avoid last-minute penalties. In part 2, we're going to do a deep dive into Oregon's EPR program. Oregon's EPR program is a really exciting program because there's all kinds of incentives built into that program that allow you to reduce your fees if you do some simple things related to sustainability and life cycle analysis. So we're going to break down Oregon's fee structure and show some early strategies that may help you save money. We're going to talk about the bonus systems for life cycle assessments that are built into the Oregon program and things that you can do now to take advantage of it. There are some first-year compliance strategies or some things that you can do this year that could drive some deep discounts on the program next year. We're also going to discuss steps you could take to reduce your fees in the near future. So there's material switches that you can do that will result in cost savings. And again, how you can maximize these eco-modulation incentives. In part 3, we're going to do a deep dive into Colorado's program. So what makes Colorado's EPR program different than Oregon? How can you prepare? And how do you deal with having to harmonize or manage compliance across multiple state programs? We will go into all of that as well as who is covered and who is exempt under Colorado law. We'll talk about special eco-modulation incentives for recyclable materials that are built into the Colorado law that are different from Oregon, and then what material switches you can make that could result in cost savings. And again, how to maximize your incentives. And then in part 4, this is the really exciting or innovative part. We're going to discuss EPR strategies and advanced packaging redesign principles and strategies. EPR was created to drive behavior change, and we want to help you identify and make changes to create competitive advantage for your company. The states actively want to incentivize smart producers to do things differently with their packaging to reduce their total costs. So packaging redesign strategies can be employed to really differentiate you from your competitors. So we'll dive into how lightweighting and material efficiency can be used, how you can move to more highly recyclable materials, and the opportunity for reuse. We're also looking at how to eliminate hard-to-recycle plastics and composite materials that have really high fee structures. And we're going to dive into how you can use EPR to differentiate your brand and win with sustainability. And of course, we'll be bringing you case studies of how companies utilizing more sustainable products to achieve EPR compliance can also achieve cost savings and a competitive advantage. Now, there will be some future episodes that we haven't launched yet that will be more specific state deep dives. As soon as we get more insight into California's program, and they haven't published their program details or their fee structure yet, but we are expecting them to do that sometime in 2026. And when they do, we'll come out with another episode with a specific deep dive into California law. We'll also be doing this for Maine and Minnesota and other states as they come into an EPR program. Now, some final thoughts. EPR is here to stay. The very best companies aren't just complying, they're using this as an opportunity to create strategic advantage. There is going to be, finally, a compelling reason to change because you're going to be able to reduce your total costs if you make some changes to your packaging. So if you understand the regulations and their impact, and you can plan ahead to optimize your packaging, you can turn compliance with these new EPR laws into a true cost savings and market differentiation. So thank you for listening to this overview of our masterclass on EPR from the Veritiv Sustainable Design Lab. We hope you enjoy the class, and let's get started.